it's win or bust now. Everyone, you've got to win the rest of the series. You just almost sum up that challenge and your hopes that you can actually achieve that?
Yeah, there's no reason why we can't. I think we showed in every game at some point along the way that we're capable of doing that. The thing for us now is to make sure that we sort of put it into one complete performance. I think even the game that we did win, we did play at our absolute best, which again is promising. You don't want to talk about being promising all the time. I mean, now's the time for us to step up and start putting in performances, and this is a great opportunity for us to do it under pressure before a World Cup.
Realistically, I mean, whilst there is a series to be won, but are the thoughts now turned towards having a look at players for the World Cup, which is going to be fast approaching, or do you fully concentrate on trying to win this series?
No, we want to win this series. We know that, that looking at the wicket here, the conditions might be slightly different to Colombo, and if we can get this level going back into that last game, it's going to be a great finish. And this sort of pressure is good practice for a World Cup. So in regards to preparing for it, that's as close as we can get, I suppose. And we're just going to try and make sure that we put into really good performances here and finish off the series well. You're
very much part of the good win down in Hambantota. Tota. How happy are you with your own form in this series?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm in a good place with my batting. Just again, getting in and then getting out twice now. So hopefully going on and making some really big scores and winning some games of cricket.
Joe, Sri Lanka's obviously been a Serenaya has been cleared by the ICC today, so you could come back for the last 2 games by the looks of it. Is that an interesting prospect?
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah. We want to make sure that whoever we come up against, we're ready, and if he's playing, then we'll have to find a way to deal with that.
Does he make quite an impression like last summer before he?
Yeah, he's a very good international player, and his stats say that, and he's a big part of their side. So if he comes back in, we'll have to just make sure that we've got ways of combating him.
How much of a boost did James Taylor's innings give the whole?
It's just great to see guys come in and play like that. It's very refreshing. He's proved himself in domestic cricket for a long time now, and for him to do it on the international stage will give him a lot of confidence. And to see, he got us into a great position, 170 off for 3, just before he got out. So if we can then kick on and have a good power play back end, we'd have got a really big score, and it might have been slightly different. So, like I said, for us now, it's about making sure that we put all of the good things we've done throughout this tour together. Making some complete performances.
Do you feel different with more in charge rather than Cook?
Not really. It's the same group of lads pretty much, and everyone knows their role within the side. And unfortunately, we just didn't quite get it right.
But there's been a bit of shuffling around of the team. Some that's enforced, and obviously Alison's going to come back. How important is it you start playing that best 11, set on a best 11, and start playing for it?
I think your best 11 is going to change depending on the conditions and who you're playing against. So we've got to just make sure that in our practice, if it means that you are in that best 11, that you do everything you can to go out and play at your absolute peak. So all the guys know that. They know what the role is within the side when they fit into it, and we've now just got to make sure that we put all that practice into performance.
Is it right? It's not a new question, but is it right that you're learning to play the ukulele?
Yeah. That's right. I'm horrendous at it.
Why? It's not necessarily everyone's first choice.
Well, I wanted to learn the guitar, but you can't really lug it around. So guys want to take golf clubs and stuff. It'd be a bit selfish of me to try and take up space with the guitar, and I can fit the ukulele in my suitcase. So.
Are you finding time to practice?
Now again, yeah.
So you'd rather do that than play FIFA or whatever you guys play?
I play a little bit of that as well, but it's you can end up spending a lot of time indoors and stuff. So it gets dark, you can't really play too much golf, and if you've got a game tomorrow, so it's a good way of relaxing.
So is your musical hero George Formby?
No.
Do you know who George Formby is?
I do, yes.
When I'm kidding, you play When I'm Kidding with this?
No, not yet. I might let it be there.
Do you play the traditional George Thompson, or do you adapt sort of modern Oasis, that sort of stuff?
I try to. It sounds horrendous at the minute, but hopefully one day it might sound alright.
But do you sing as well? As you go on?
This is about this question I asked you. You asked me earlier, isn't it?
Oh, you look like you're enjoying talking
No, I
about it and
can't.
smiling.
I can't really sing, so I'll try and make sure I play loud enough so no one can hear that.
Any cricket questions?
You put a video on social media
Yeah.
about Hello Mate.
I mean,
Hello Mate. Can you just explain what that's about?
well, that's just to cover the boredom of spending long times in hotel rooms. We try to amuse ourselves, and it filled up an afternoon, so yeah, it was good fun.
Can we expect,
Last couple.
Can we expect more? Can we expect more video clips like this? Obviously,
There might be more throughout
Graham
the
and
tour.
Graham and Jimmy made a bit of a.
There might be more throughout the tour. We'll see how it goes, and see how what we can get up to today.
I just want to, well, got to.
Well,
This is the last one, so if it could be a sensible one, that'd be
I was
great.
going to ask whether you managed to watch a bit of the Australia-India match before you came to practice today. Obviously, a very difficult day for them trying to get back on the horse with cricket, and Dave Warner managed to score a pretty sensational 100. So what do you make of that?
Yeah, it's obviously a tough time for everyone over there, as it is everyone. And it's great to see everyone paying the respect that they have. I think they've done a fantastic job at the Adelaide Oval. And full credit to Cricket Australia. I think they've handled it brilliantly.
Impressed with Dave, I think.
Yeah, he's obviously a fine player now. He's proved that for a number of years, and I'm not sure exactly how he's gone, but I think he's got 100 and something. So, yeah, obviously must have played very well. I think Steve Smith's gone well as well, which again, they've proved themselves now for a while that they're good players, and good on them.
Okay, thank you.
Sri Lanka has been cleared, so it's positive for the team. When will see him play? When will be able to see him play again?
Well, hopefully soon. We have announced a team for 2 games after the 1.5 month of it. So that 2 games ends after tomorrow. So it's the selectors have to sit and then decide. And it's good news anyway to hear that Sajid is being cleared.
සචිත්‍රව මේ ටුවර් එකේ මැච් දෙකට ගේනවද? එහෙම නැත්නම් නව ශ්‍රී ලංකා ටුවර් එකට තියාගන්නොත් කොහමද? අපි දැන් සමහර ක්‍රීඩකයෝ දැක්ක ක්ලියර් වුණාට පස්සේ තියාගත්තා වර්ල්ඩ් කප් එකට ගන්න කියලා. කොහොමද තත්ත්වය?
ඒක තීරණ කමිටුවේ තීරණ කමිටුව තීරණය කරන්න ඕන දෙයක්. ඒක ඒ විදිහට මම හිතන්නේ මෙච්චර කාල අපි සචිත්‍ර පිළිබඳ තීරණ ගත්තා, හරි පරිස්සමෙන් තීරණ ගත්තා. ඒ විදිහටම මම හිතන්නේ රටට කණ්ඩායමට අවශ්‍ය විදිහට ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ තීරණය හරි තීරුවක් ගනී කියලා මම හොඳට විශ්වාසය තියනවා ඒකට.
ඔබ සචිත්‍ර ළඟදී පන්දු යවනවා දැක්කද? කොහොමද සචිත්‍රගේ අපිට මීට මාස 6කට ඉස්සර දැක්ක දස්කම් දකින්න පුළුවන්ද? කොහොමද තත්ත්වය?
ජාත්‍යන්තර ක්‍රීඩා පිටියේ දක්ෂතාවය දක්වනවා කියන්නේ අපි ඒ දක්ෂතාවයන් අපිට මනින්න අමාරුයි. අපි ලංකාවේ තියෙන තරඟ වලින් අපි තියෙන ක්ලබ් තරඟ වලින් අපිට හරි අමාරුයි මනගන්න. ජාත්‍යන්තර තරඟයක තියෙන පීඩනයත් එක්ක තමන්ගේ දක්ෂතාවයන් කොච්චර ඒ විදිහට දානවද කියන එක ඇත්තටම ඒක තමයි දක්ෂතාවය. එතන තමයි තියෙන චැලෙන්ජ් එක. ඉතින් සචිත්‍ර ගැන මට ලොකු විශ්වාසයක් තියෙනවා. සචිත්‍ර හරිම ධෛර්යවන්ත. ඒ වගේම ටීම් එකේ ඉන්නකොට අනිත් ක්‍රීඩකයන් ළඟස්න ක්‍රීඩකෙක්. ඉතින් මම බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා ඒකට කිසිම එයාගේ ඒ අදින් කිසිම හානියක් වෙන එකක් නැහැ කියලා.
Ma'am, if you can explain in English about Sachitra for the 2 questions that you asked.
Okay, Sachitra, I believe, he is a tough character to start with, and the question was to whether he will be the same bowler after he comes from the work he had done to rectify his action. I reckon, seeing Sachitra over the years, I reckon he is a tough character, and there will be any difference in his approach. And I'm totally confident that he'll be the same bowler that I've seen with a bit of a different action, maybe if we have done something to it.
He's been playing some cricket.
Yes, he's been playing domestic cricket, and he was playing mercantile cricket for his employer.
Have you noticed a change in his action?
Very slightly, but my spin coach says that he has done some work, but very slightly if at all.
I mean, what was your view on the Mankan case? I know it's a long time ago now, but what was your view on that?
I mean, the rule says that we haven't done anything wrong, and I totally stick by it.
Do you think that it would be useful to pitch Sri Lanka back in against England, bearing in mind the controversy of the Mankelling, the questions over his action happened against England last summer? Do you think it's a good thing to get straight in against them again, or do you think you might wait till New Zealand?
Well, I mean, we are getting ourselves prepared for the next 2 months ahead of us, and I think it happened to be England at this time of the year playing in Sri Lanka. Had it been any team, our plans getting back Sachitra would have been different. So it's important that we get Sachitra back and get his services to the team.
Tim? As I say, given what he's been through, would it? You kind of answered the guys thing about what his move will be and almost the tension that he might feel when he comes into bowl again, playing against England.
Well, I mean, we when he was doing work with his action, we had cameras covering the matches that he played and all that. I mean, he was so comfortable, and I know it's different challenge and different pressure on the international stage, but. I think knowing him, knowing the character, I think he'll be up for it. And he was so enthusiastic in sort of getting back, and he was so keen in getting back as soon as he could. And I see no difference in Sachitra when it comes to his approach.
And the fact that he's had to go through this, has that been fair enough from your point of view, Marvin? I mean, because there's been a series of players whose actions have been now called in the build-up to the World Cup. I mean, for someone with your experience, has this all been fair enough? Do you think this is the right thing?
I mean, people have questioned the timing of it. It is just that every team was preparing, having their squads ready with the best of spinners that they have. In mind, it's going to play in Australia and New Zealand, want the best spinners in operation to be effective in those conditions. And the timing of it is sort of, it would have been much better if it came later of the World Cup or much earlier than it came actually, but if it had to come, it had to come. And in our case, I think we have got over it. Main concern was Sachitra. We have got the good news today, and we'll obviously proceed with whatever plans that we had.
Will it make any difference in terms of the result from tomorrow's game? Will it make it easier if obviously you were to win and therefore win the series, and you could make some more changes to your squad?
To me, I think we try and play the best team possible. I think yes, we all teams, including us, there's no difference in sort of. We obviously think about the World Cup in 2 months to come, but we still have a tournament to win here, a game to win tomorrow, and our attitude, our approach is not going to be any differently. We got to do. And first things first, we've got to win the game tomorrow. And that won't have, to answer your question, that won't have an effect on, if we bring in Sachitra, that won't have an effect on the result of the game. අපි මම හිතන්නේ අපි විතර තව තරගයක් සහභාගී වෙන්නේ නැහැ අම්බන්තට. ඒ තරගෙන් පස්සෙ මම හිතන්නේ කණ්ඩායම ඉතාමත් හොඳට ක්‍රීඩා කරනවා. පෞගිය 7 වෙනිදා ආයෙත් පැය තරගේ ඒ තරගේ ජයග්‍රහණයත් එක්කම අපි කණ්ඩායම ඇතුලේ තියෙන මොරාල් එක හරි හොඳයි. ඉතින් ඒ කොන්ෆිඩන්ස් එකත් එක්ක හෙට තරගෙට මුණ දීලා අපිට තරගයක් ජයග්‍රහණය කරන්න තියෙනවා. හෙට ඉතින් ඒ ජයග්‍රහණය සඳහා අපි කණ්ඩායම සූදානම් කරන මේ අවස්ථාව.
මොනවාරි වෙනස්කම් ටීම් එකේට වෙනවද?
වෙනස්කම් කිරීම මම හිතන්නේ තීරණ කමිටුවත් එක්ක සහභාගී වෙලා කරන දෙයක්. ඉතින් තීරණ කමිටු සාමාජිකයන් ආවම ඒක වාඩිලා කරන්න ඕන දෙයක්. අද ඇන්දෑවට හරියට තරගයට පෙර.
මේ වෙනද නායකතුමා එන්නේ. අද පුහුණුකරු මාධ්‍ය සාකච්ඡාව සඳහා එන්නේ.
අපිට කොයි වෙලාවකවත් කොයි අවස්ථාවකවත් කියලා නැහැ කවුද සහභාගී වෙන්න ඕනේ කියලා මේ මාධ්‍ය සාකච්ඡාවට අපිට තියෙන සමාජිකයෙක් සහභාගී කිරීම පමණයි.
Thanks,
මම අපි පහුගිය තරඟවල තරඟට කියමු දැක්ක අජන්ත මෙන්ඩිස් ක්‍රීඩා අජන්ත මෙන්ඩිස් විකට් ගත්තා. නමුත් අජන්ත මෙන්ඩිස්ට ලකුණු වැඩියෙන් ඔබ පුහුණුකරු විදිහට මොකද්ද මේකේ දකින්නේ?
මම හිතන්නේ අජන්ත මෙන්ඩිස්ගෙන් කරන කාර්යය මේ අවස්ථාවේදී තේරුම් ගන්න ඕනේ හැමෝටම එකම කාර්යයක් කරන්න බෑ. කණ්ඩායමක් ඇතුළත හැමෝටම එක එක රෝල්ස් තියෙනවා. ඉතින් අජන්ත මේ දිගටම මේ දවස්වල කෙරුවේ අමාරු කාර්යයක් ලසිතුයි කුලසේකරයි තමයි මේ කාර්යය දිගටම කරගෙන හිටියේ. ඕවර් 40න් පස්සේ ඒ අමාරු ඕවර් 10 ඇතුළත වගකීම ගොඩක් වෙලාවට පැවරුනේ අජන්තට. ඉතින් අජන්තට අනිත් පන්දු යවන්න වඩා ටිකක් ලකුණු ගියා තමයි. හැබැයි අතරතුරේම අජන්ත හැමතිස්සෙම විකට් ලබා ගත්තා. ඉතින් මේ කාර්ය කිරීමට විශේෂඥයෙක් යෙදවීම වැදගත් අපිට ඒ අත්දැකීම් නැති නිසා. ඉතින් මේ අවස්ථාව අපි ලබා දීලා තිබුණේ අජන්තට.
Now you can just explain in English, but just about Ajanta.
The question was why Ajanta is going for so many runs, and I noticed it. Yes, he's doing a specific job of bowling in and around the 40th over. And that death over is where we have seen Nasit and then Kulasekar for the last 2-3 years for us. We haven't got their services, and he's doing a specific job. Obviously, he goes for a bit more runs on these flat wickets with a good batting lineup that the Englishmen have, and it's a specific job. Obviously, he will go for a bit more runs than somebody who's bowling in the middle overs.
Gentlemen, thank you very much.